Who's ready for a story? So, some of you who've been paying really close attention might have noticed that I changed my name on my social media outlets, and there is actually a good reason for doing so. So, for those that do not know, my birth name is, in fact, Julia Lauren, Julia being the first and Lauren being the middle. I don't have two first names. And growing up, to me, it was always simple and plain and boring. And not to mention that everybody would always forget my name. So, for example, my little sister's name is Christiana. So, when people would meet us, they would automatically call me Juliana. And I'm just like, that's not my name. And when I was younger, I was always all over the place. What? That's a lie. I'm still all over the place. But I was all over the place to the point where I didn't know who I was. So, when I was little, my grandfather used to call me Jules. And I never had anybody else call me that until I hit my senior year of high school. And I had a really good friend of mine, and she would call me Jules because I was the jewel of her life. Which, those were her words, not mine. Shout out to you, Sam. I love you. And after graduating college, I continued to go by the name Jules because the name was quirky and I was quirky and everybody remembered it. Everybody remembered Jules, but nobody could remember Julia. That's actually a pretty selfish reason to change your name. And later in college, I started going by 5'3" curly knee. And that was my way of describing myself and trying to venture out and be even more different than the norm. But a lot of things have happened since then. And I had to take some time to just kind of reassess. And in that reassessment, I started getting really lonely. Not really a bad lonely, you know? Like if I was younger and immature, it would have been a really bad lonely. But because I am older and I am therefore more mature, it was it was a better lonely because it gave me time to be by myself. It gave me time to date myself. I got to find out who I was. Because the thing is, I'm more than Jules or curly or 5'3" in height. For those who are wondering, yes, I'm actually 5'3". I'm an entrepreneur. I am a student. I am an artist. I'm a poet. I am a reader. I'm a musician. I'm a cook. I'm so many more things. So in that, I actually ditched the name Jules. There are a few people who still call me Jules. I don't mind. I don't get offended. It doesn't really matter. But I started introducing myself again as Julia, because that's who I am. Instead of taking another person's name and definition and applying it to myself, I would much rather embrace who I am and let that define me on its own. If you do ever want to see my artwork, please go and check me out on Instagram. My story is usually filled with me painting or writing or just acting silly in general. Do not worry, I am still 5'3" and curly and myself. Therefore, I will still be doing natural hair videos. But for those who have been following me from the beginning of this journey or who just saw my last video, you will know that that I now have a very rigid routine. It's not that I have to stick to this routine, I just choose to do it, and it's my attempt at saving money on my natural hair, and it has really worked. It's worked so well that my sister and mom decided to get on board with me. So yeah, just a little update. I will see you guys I guess I will see you guys in the next video or over on Instagram. All right.